I have made over 50% on my money in a single month betting big on Coinbase stock. I got in at an average price of around $229 a share, and currently, just a month later, it's actually sitting at around $340 a share, and I'm not selling a single one. So let me share in a quick summary the 31 reasons why I'm buying Coinbase stock. First off, being that Bitcoin itself, Coinbase's biggest commodity, is actually growing at around 891% annual average returns from 2011 to 2020. And because Coinbase has sort of that toll booth-esque business, no matter whether we have a flat year in Bitcoin or even a negative year, Coinbase is still going to make their earnings. See, unlike regular cryptocurrencies that make their money off people paying for it at a higher price than you, Coinbase actually has an income strategy where they try to make additional money like the transactional fees that we said, but even custody fees. You know, a place where we can actually hold companies' cryptos or even governments and actually continue to make revenue on that because we're securing them and we charge a fee for doing so. We even have other products like Coinbase Cloud, which allows for like a universal platform for developers, token holders, and companies to be able to actually build blockchain products and services on, and we charge a fee for doing so. Or even Coinbase Ventures, where we invest in early crypto startups such as Compound, OpenSea, BlockFi, Etherscan, or even CoinTracker. And a little while ago, they actually acquired a company called Skew, which is a leading institutional data and analytics platform. It serves as a foundation for superior intelligence for all of our professional traders or even big corporations. It's what gives us our edge against our competitors. Coinbase even has a large involvement with DeFi platforms behind the scenes, which allows us to sort of get higher interest rates or what's called interest rate farming. They're even increasing their use case for their own platform as well as crypto by partnering with big brands like Visa to bring out their product Coinbase Card. Now more onto the actual growth of the company itself, which for where we're going to be talking about user growth, they went from 56 million in Q1 of 2021 of verified users to 68 million in Q2. That's an increase of 21.4% increase on the amount of users in a single quarter. Monthly active users actually went up to 8.8 million, up 44% quarter over quarter, or actually 487% year over year. Assets on platform actually jumped up to 180 billion, which was actually an increase year over year of 592%. And trading volume, the most important statistic, because this is what, we're actually making all of our transactional revenue on, which is the majority of our revenue. So trading volume is the most important statistic, which we actually did in Q2, 462 million, up 1,550%. And as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and practically the overall crypto markets continue to hit all-time highs, this is only going to push out our actual transactional revenues and make us continue to hit new highs as we go into each quarter. And that's only with the existing coins that we have on our platform. Coinbase has aggressively been trying to expand in to grab as many of the legal actual coins that we can do and actually put them on our platform for people to trade safely. Now more onto the actual stock side of this company. Right now they actually sit at cash of around 4.4 billion and debts of around 1.9 billion. And that doesn't even include all the actual crypto assets that they have, as well as their expanded amount of money that they're putting into it each and every month. And even with all this insane growth that we've spoken about so far, Coinbase PE ratio is only sitting at around 34 times. Whenever we compare that to the actual broad markets, the PE ratios for the S&P 500 are sitting around 39.5 times. So pretty much what people are saying is that they think that Coinbase is going to grow slower than the actual S&P 500. That's just not going to happen. And I'm not the only person that sees this. Analysts are actually putting this at an average price target of around $382 a share, currently around $340. So there's going to be a big increase, just going to the average analyst. But aside from analysts, there really isn't a whole lot of big professional hedge funds that are actually, supporting this company, aside from like someone like Cathie Wood. But that being said, although there's not a whole lot of support, there really is no one betting against it, with only about 2% short interest on the company. And crypto mainstream adoption, although it seems like it is really, really big right now in our community on YouTube, it really has not hit mainstream whenever you're talking about institutions or governments, okay? There still is a huge, huge margin for this to grow, and it's only just starting to get in as we're starting to see ETFs and everything like this start to make it easier to get into these markets. But that being said, whenever institutions are actually excited to go and get into the crypto markets, it's usually that they go to Coinbase first, whenever you think that they're dealing with over 9,000 institutions already from different hedge funds, endowments, pension funds, family offices, and corporations. And countries of increasing population are continuing to turn optimistic on things like Bitcoin. For example, El Salvador, then Ukraine, and then even Brazil is also talking about turning it into legal tender. But that being said, Coinbase already has a huge variety of different products in 100+ different countries. But yet they continue to expand their different product reaches and everything like this, and continue to expand internationally as one of their big growth factors. All this business added up in Q2 of 2021 still makes out for a 61% operating margin, which means they keep a large majority of all the money that they are able to make. And with all that extra money, they're actually able to put some of their focus into growing other departments, like their financing department, where they're able to actually borrow and lend different crypto products, which is just another way for them to grow the business. And for this point, which is probably actually one of my most exciting points, although, not a lot of people actually talk about it, and that's the CEO, Brian Armstrong. He's extremely transparent, young, extremely hungry, and he actually is very mission driven on making Coinbase probably the biggest financial institution for international markets. Although Q3 earnings might not be as exciting as Q2, I don't actually think it's going to shift the price of the stock too much, just because of the actual optimism and excitement for the Q4 that we're having, which is going to be absolutely record shattering whenever you consider that all these cryptos are at all-time highs. And talk about record shattering, we're dealing with bigger and bigger clients all the time, and actually a more recent partnership that we got was actually with Facebook to pilot out their new cryptocurrency wallet, which was called Navi. This partnership with a FANG stock like Facebook, or Meta now, cannot be overlooked. This is going to be huge, especially whenever you consider, what Mark Zuckerberg is doing with the company going forward with the whole metaverse conversation. Coinbase's ability to adapt to the quickly changing needs of individuals and corporations is really what's making me think that they're going to be a big ecosystem in this space. Whenever you consider that they're going to start cross-selling for things like Coinbase Wallet, Coinbase Pro, Coinbase Prime, and even Coinbase Analytics, it's only going to continue to get, more and more revenue as people start to get into multiple products. This is also another cross-selling opportunity, except I thought it was so big it deserved its own point, which was actually Coinbase's NFT marketplace. They already have millions of users on their waitlist, and it's not even out yet, and yet OpenSea, which has been out since 2017, only has about 300,000 users, and they're the biggest player in the space. Another amazing business is actually Coinbase Commerce, which is not talked about often, but this is their ability to deal with businesses wanting to accept and receive Bitcoin for all their, potential products and services that they may offer. And they're actually integrated with Shopify, which is only going to lead to an even bigger growth factor, as I also believe that that company is growing as well. Lastly, Coinbase is just a great name. It's an amazing one to remember. It's a very trusted brand, and their ticker symbol, COIN, coin, is such a strong ticker symbol. And statistically speaking, easy to remember ticker symbols like that actually do better than ones like Voyager Digital, which is another crypto exchange. But, their ticker symbol is VYGVF. Like, that's hard to remember. I had to read it. Anyway, I own that one too. Anyways, guys, that's all for my list. If you liked it, I'd appreciate you hitting the like button down below and subscribe down below if you want to see more financial content just like this. Until next time, guys, really do appreciate you watching. Stay safe trading, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye now.